gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
My favorite symbol is the tree of life. Everything. How's everyone doing? Hello, YouTube. How are my peoples today? How's everyone doing? We have maybe a little bit of a lesson because we are still in the midst of the COVID. We are still in confusing times. We're still in confusing times. We're still in the midst of the COVID. We're looking at things change around us. And I don't know about you, but to me, it gets more and more scarier, right? What did I hear today? Today is the 12th. And I woke up this morning to another shooting in Texas, right? Hi, LaShonda. Hi, Miss Neek. Hello, sweeties. And so yesterday we were talking and we were like, maybe we should, or someone suggested, or maybe I suggested that we should look at some of the fascinating archangels that are out there for us to consider, to talk to invest in, to make a part of our daily prayers. But how do you do that if you don't know how powerful the archangels can be in your lives, right? If God trusts the archangels, why wouldn't you? Right? So with that being said, let me read you this story. I hope I have it. I was trying really hard to be good here. Now, this story is based upon another religion. Don't worry about the religion. Listen to the story, and there might be a lot of truth in how the archangels came to be. Might be some truth in here. God had made heaven and the earth, and all the angels, and all the extra important angels called archangels. It's kind of like a bishop. It's called archbishop. Bigger than a bishop, if you know certain types of religions. The archangels were God's very special friends, and they were strong and powerful. One archangel was called Gabriel. He was the one that God sent to tell our blessed mother, Mary, that she was to become the mother of God, the mother of Jesus Christ. Our Lord and Savior, another angel, was called Raphael, and he was the one who helped Tobias in the Bible. And then there's Archangel Michael. Michael can be named the angel of the Lord, who was sent to Moses and Jacob and Abraham and to others throughout history of the world. There was another archangel called Lucifer, who was beautiful than all the other angels, and they called him the son of morning. Well, everybody was very happy because they were with God. And they all loved God because he had made them so strong, yet lovely. Then one day, Lucifer, son of the morning, said to himself, why should God be the most important person in heaven? Why shouldn't I be the most important person in heaven? I mean, I can fly and I can change into other things, and I am beautiful and powerful. In fact, says Lucifer, I am just as important as God. And I am not going to do what he tells me ever again. I shall fight with him, and I will have heaven all to my own. Have you guys ever had a situation like that in your lives personally, where a best friend wanted to take your mate away, right? Or your job? Why should she get that job? I'm just as good. Well, this was Lucifer, who is a real angel initially. So Lucifer went around heaven. He collected other angels. Do you know people like that collect other people to join against you? Who also didn't want to be less important than God. And Lucifer did this until he had a great army. And they marched up to the throne of God, and they said, you be the king of heaven and more than any of us, but we are strong, we are proud, and we are beautiful. And we will fight you for the kingdom of heaven. And God looked at them. And then he said to Lucifer, I thought you were my friend. Does this resonate with anyone? And I trusted you. Anybody feeling this? Be sensitive, Lucifer. Be sensitive now and think about what you are doing. And Lucifer says, I have thought about it. And I'd rather not be in heaven at all than to have you as my king. And so would all of us. Ooh, child. You ever follow that one person that throws you in the ditch of hell? Have you ever been in that position where you're like, why am I here? Never? I have. Where you follow someone because you think they have the right way to do things, and all of a sudden you're standing there and you're like, what am I doing here? I want to keep my job. I don't want to fight this fight that this person thinks I need to be fighting, right? Do you get it now when I put it in human perspective? I'd rather not be in heaven at all than have you as my king, and so would all of us. And behind him, all the rebel angels shouted with a great shout, we will follow Lucifer. Long live Lucifer. Please, God, forgive me. I'm reading a story here. And I'd rather not be in heaven. Let him reign over us in heaven, said the rebel angel followers. We do not want God. Very well, said God. If you don't want me, you needn't have me. But if you want to fight for heaven, you can, if you think it will do you any good. You ever have to fight somebody for your right, your reputation, your home, your job? Do you ever decide, oh, hell no, this isn't going to happen? No. If you think it will be any good, then fight. Then God called on Michael, the archangel, and made him gather a mighty army of angels who was on God's side. So now, this is why sometimes we say in our prayers, Archangel Michael, defend us in the day of battle, because that's what he does. But what happened to Lucifer and his rebel angels? Well, he was furious and enraged, having lost his battle with God because of Archangel Michael. And he's never gotten over it. You see, he is never allowed to step inside heaven anymore, forever and ever and ever. And now that he can't go into heaven anymore, he's angry about it. So in revenge, he does everything horrible to God that he can. His worst feelings is jealousy. Rings a bell? Whom do you suppose he is jealous of? And why? Because our Lord Jesus Christ was crucified. He opened the kingdom of heaven for us, regular folks, to get in. So Lucifer, I like to call Lucifer evil rather than give him power like God. I like to call it energy, not a person, but that's me. So Lucifer gets furious because ordinary people like you and me are allowed into heaven. He's an archangel. So he tries always and always to stop us from getting into heaven by giving us bad ideas, making us do things that we know are wrong, because he only wants to hurt God. So whenever you want to do or say something horrible, think of the great battle in heaven and remember that Lucifer wants to keep you on his side. If you do it or don't say it, if you don't do it, you've won. Remember that. So, with that being said, Archangel Michael is fire. He leads all the holy angels. His mission is to fight evil. You can proclaim him as God's truth and strength for your faith. He is considered to be as like God. He is the highest. And he's very similar energetically as God. He's also the commander. He is special, strong, and the most powerful. There are other archangels. And there are 4 powerful ones at the top of the realm. And they hold on to the 4 corners of the world. And they are Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. Michael leads all the holy angels, all of them. Often works on missions involve fighting evil, proclaiming God's truth, and strengthening people's faith. And then we have Gabriel, we have Raphael, we have Uriel. They each handle the 4 corners of the world, north, south, west, and east, and 4 natural elements they own, air, fire, water, and earth. And Archangel Michael is fire. He's sometimes in some religions called the angel of the Lord. He is good to do battles. When you have a problem at work, call on Archangel Michael. Michael, Michael, Michael. When you're having a problem with your husband or your wife or your children, Call on Michael, 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 Michael. Archangel Michael is the only angel mentioned in 3 major sacred texts. And those texts are the Quran, the Torah, and Christianity. Michael fights for truth. He fights for justice. He is there for you in a crisis. You in a crisis. He's there for you for protection. You want your children protected? Call on Archangel Michael, especially in the middle of the COVID. Because Archangel Michael wants to prove it to you. He wants to prove his effectiveness for you, about you. Michael wants you to do a couple of things, however. Michael wants you to learn, and this is the hard part. He wants you to learn to be organized, to be simple in your movements, to be rhythmic, to be orderly and routine every day of your life. Create constancy, dependability, trust, stability, strength, and healthy foundations. Now, it's not so easy, is it? Michael comes in the form of flashes of light. So when you get flashes of light in any form, understand that that's Archangel Michael. I'm living in an Airbnb, and these flashes of light keep coming through. And at first I thought, is it a warning sign? Like, what am I misinterpreting with these lights that come every single night? And it turns out it's one of the forms that Michael comes through. Michael has very specific colors. Most people see him in the color red, but it really isn't the color red. It's a royal purple or cobalt blue. But if you see red, it's okay. He's fire, so most people see him in red. But if you develop your strength and your trust and your belief system, you'll begin to see Archangel in the form of flashing lights and in the form of the right colors, right? Let's do something real quick. Close your eyes and record what you see in your mind's eye. I'm going to try it with you. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now tell me what you see in your mind's eye. What colors pierce through? I have to cover my eyes. Did anybody get any colors? Mine came out red. And then when I covered my eyes, there was no color. Anybody else get anything? Let me know below. He's there when you need encouragement. Talk to Archangel Michael. He's there when you need encouragement, when you're sad and you're lonely. And you think nobody wants to hear what you have to say. How many of us have these feelings daily? You got orange, you got sparkles, you got golden. Oh my God, I'm so happy. He's there when you need encouragement. So when you're feeling at your sadness, just sit back. You could be at a red light. You could be on your sofa, you could be on a bus or the train. Give yourself a moment and call out Michael, Michael, Michael. And after you do that, state what you want. If you know it, most people don't know what they want. State what you want. I'm feeling lonely, Michael. Please relieve me of loneliness. Please. Michael's concerns for you are protection, mental and physical, truth, integrity. Some of these things are hard to attain. Courage. Not everybody has courage. That's why you call on Michael. And strength. You know what? Nothing's better than inner strength when you get there. Call on Michael to assist you and do not judge yourself. Huh? If you're going to ask for help, don't judge your own help. Just state your case. Big or small, use his name. Archangel Michael, 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 Michael. Help me. All right, sweeties. That was it. I wanted to just add a little prayer, which I thought I had with me. I actually just found this prayer in this Bible today, because I keep my Bibles forever and ever and ever and ever. I'm going to add to Jaber's prayer, if you don't mind me telling you guys about the Jaber's prayer, but I was actually looking for something else. Let's see what you do. Blessed Michael, Archangel, defend me on the day of battle. Be my safeguard against the wickedness and the snare of the fowler. You know, when people look at you, you know that energy. And for all who does evil, rebuke anyone. I humbly pray. Amen. Oh, Amanda, did you get a rainbow and a super white bluish? Oh my God, that's so pretty. Were you able to try Instagram? Did anybody try? I got black, no color. Me too. Me too, Wave. I did small flashes of white, kind of like fish scales. Hey, Allison. Well, the flashes means that Archangel, the flashing of light, and it could be any color light, truly means that you have the gift of Archangel around you. So that's a blessing. Kind of like fish scales. That's really cool. Green, Greta. Blue and purple, built for tough. Wow. Hi, Notorious. Hey, CJ. What's that? What do you mean by that? No, CJ, I'm not sure. I can't co-sign that there's a hell. I can't co-sign that. I know that I know that Lucifer is never allowed back into the pearly gates of heaven. I can't co-sign hell. Because the one thing you can trust is no matter how bad you are and how many bad things you do, being influenced, God doesn't want those numbers with Lucifer. So God would rather forgive you if you get it. He'd rather forgive you than to have the numbers with Lucifer grow. Okay, Carmela. Hi, Kenneth. I saw black too, no color. I saw red, and then when I closed my eyes, no color. So maybe it's something that needs to be practiced until you begin to see color. Don't forget to call on Archangel Michael. Tell him, I need to see those flashes because I need to know that you're around. I need protection, Archangel Michael. Please. By the way, I'm a big fan of please and thank you, but please first. Be careful of ordering these beings around. They're not the nicest people when you act like you deserve something. Humble pie inside your soul. All right? So do you believe all life comes back? I think by way of free will, some of us like to come back to fix our mistakes. Yes, I do believe it by way of free will. So it's announced in a form of reincarnation. It comes in many forms, though, to come back. Like, what if someone goes to heaven and needs to repair some part of their life that they might have gotten wrong? And what if God says you have to go back? And what if you really, really refuse? And what if God says, well, listen, she's going to have an abortion anyway. If you just go down to let her have this abortion, then you get to come back. That's why I don't look bad on anything. Nothing. Everything's authorized by God. Because you, who needs to have an abortion, may be doing a soul a favor. Ever thought of it that way? It's nothing bad. God created not a bad thing, not a bad experience, nothing. Everything can get justified later on. Oh, thank you, Weave. Do you get it now? Oh, thank you. I do believe that some souls come back sometimes as animals or a mangy dog, right? You ever look at some dogs and you're like, what the hell did you do to have this life? You ever look at that and go, oh, did you have a bad previous life? I believe sometimes you can come back. Again, I honestly believe it's based upon free will. Who chooses to be a mangy dog living out in the street? There's too many of them for that not to be a choice. Think about it. And that might be a soul that might have done something so bad that it owns what it's done. And it's like, all right, God, send me down. It's just that when I come back, I really want to be in heaven with you. Thank you. New York Apple says, I've never had that mind-blowing perspective. Yeah. Yeah, Tarika. Tarika says, thank you for saying humble. I saw a video saying order the angels. And I'm like, that didn't feel right. I would not order angels or God or Jesus or any of, like, these are my names, but your names could be Yahweh, your names could be universe. I would not order anything around. Have you seen the universe? I got sunflower. Not the main. Girl, now you know. There are some things out here in the world where you're like, how did you get that role? Huh? Tell me. Because you can look at the dog and almost hear them speak. I really fucked up. I see. Jesus. All right, mangy dog, I gotta go. I hope, your lessons are being won. And one, W-O-N. And thanks for teaching me, mangy dog, that I don't want to come back this way. Thank you for showing up in my life and showing me what could happen. Really, God sunflower? I said humble, and it hit me different as well. What? Oh. Those are small, small feats I look for every time I speak. Little things is what I look for. I'm never going to be Mother Teresa, ever. I don't even want to be. That's a burden. I need to have a drink. Make me Mother Teresa. I believe in the power of gluttony. I'm kidding. Joking, God, joking. So I want to read one last thing. I've had a business card since I can remember this, and I found this in my Bible. I carry an old Bible with me that I've always had for years. I think this Bible, I write in it. I talked about it in my radio show today. And I have a date here from 2001. So the most I can tell you, based upon the date that I wrote, is this Bible goes back to 2001, right? Now, don't get it twisted. I have stolen every single Bible. No. I've stolen most of my Bibles except one. One was a gift. Everything else I steal because they're free. I think you're supposed to leave the Bible behind for the next person, but fuck that. No, I've got a Bible in every color. And if I go to a hotel and it's like another gold Bible, I'll be like, oh, I got that color. My intention was to give it out to others, and that just never worked out. I just got a stack of Bibles at home. When you all bury me with my Bibles. So I could be like, God, this is the gold one. How do I get in the gates? Because this one is gold. So God's not going to find me too funny after a while. Hi, Miss Castaneda. How are you, sweetie? A couple of months back, I was watching somebody on YouTube, and she said she has Archangel Michael at her back door and front door. And lo and behold, you are about to do teachings. Well, let's be really fair. Let's look at the big picture of Archangel Michael. He doesn't need to stick around you 24/7. If you're not doing anything, he's got evil to attack. So being there 24/7, I would question that. But he shows up when you call him. When you need him, Archangel's like, zoom, what do you need? Protection? Got it. No, that would be, actually, okay, so let's talk. Right now I'm doing my radio show, and I'm actually reading Revelations. And let me tell you something, it's very heavy. But I don't know what chapter I got through today. I think I got up to the 5th seal, so that can't be beyond chapter 7. But the book of Enoch, I would love to read that. And maybe that is something I can invest in and then continue on beyond Revelations, because those hidden books are real secrets that nobody wanted you to find out. For instance, that Mary Magdalene was Jesus' wife, and she bare children. And the Holy Grail that you're looking at is a birth. It's a pregnancy. Mm-hmm. Enoch, don't be afraid to read. Who knows what God has for you? If you read the book of Enoch, go for it. I've never heard of these archangels before. It excites me. Can't wait to learn more. Thank you, Jewel. Yeah, I'd love to be a part of a system of, hey, these are who these people are. And let me tell you something. They're very, very powerful, these archangels. And then there are seraphims, and then there are other things. There's so many things. So many. We're just going to do the archangels. All right. And then there's Archangel Metatron. That's my dude beyond Michael. But Raphael is the medical healer. Right? We're all suffering from COVID. Call him Archangel Raphael. I'll do him next week. All right. All right, guys. Let me send you off with this prayer. This is my miracle prayer. When I need something besides the Lord's Prayer, but again, that's my upbringing. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in a path of rightness. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For thine art with me, thy rod, thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Now, the part where God says he prepares the table for you in the presence of your enemies. Here's what I can always tell you that always happens to me. I can always tell when someone has done me wrong. Like if there's a confusion and I'm like, was it this person or was it that person? Was it that person? I can always tell which one did me wrong. Because I'll hear a story later about this or that person. And I'll be like, damn if I didn't know it. And I don't brag about it. I just question. I was like, God, are you going to show me which one? And in God's great time, which isn't on my time, he will get information back to me. And it's nothing I get to revel in, right? When the information comes back to me. It's not immediate. I don't get to revel on it. I certainly don't get to say, because every day I grow. So when you grow, by the time you hear the story, you're like, what? You don't say, well, they got their karma, so you don't say that because you're too busy growing. But God will always show you who your enemies are. Believe him. So this is my favorite prayer. It's called the Jabez prayer. To me, it's a miracle prayer. It's First Corinthians chapter 4, verse 10. And it's very simple. And it says, and Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand, God, your hand will be with me, and that you would keep me from evil. Do you understand the difference? Everybody wants protection, but you got to look at yourself, that you would keep me from evil so that I may not cause pain. So God granted him what he requested. I'm a big fan. If there's a rule or regulation or order, I'm a big fan of saying it 7 times. And then put down your request. And miracles will show up. Yes, he will always, thank you, Allison. He will always show you your haters, secret or not. Good point. Last week, this person's tongue was on my name for no reason. And I know it's because they influenced a situation I was talking about. Bingo. When you take yourself out of any equation and not wish damnation on someone, oh, they're going to get their karma. Tracy, mama, they're going to get their karma. You just know it. If you stop speaking that way, God shows you. And the interesting part how he shows you is there's another influence that comes through. It's always like, hey, that person reminded me of so-and-so. And then you'll get, oh my God, is that the person? Is that the person, God? And all you have to do is believe. Don't act like you don't believe, because that's you fighting God. Thank you, Allison. All you have to do is, wait, are you showing me it was this person? My phone likes to talk to me. And when I was having a problem, it kept clicking on a person's name. The phone kept glitching. And it kept glitching on one person's name. And I kept noticing the glitch. I was like, oh, phone, stop. Oh, stop. Oh, stop. And then I was like, oh, no. Please, God, don't let it be. Like the discovery of what Spirit was trying to tell me. I was like, God, not this person. Not this person. But when I sat back and I watched, then the revelation of what God was trying to show me was palpable. Palpable. And with that being said, it was very important to handle that situation. Because if I don't listen to Spirit the way Spirit talks to me in their language, then they can't help me because I'm not trying to hear them. And that's what I think a lot of you might be going through. You might be praying wrong, right? Your prayer might be for somebody else's karma. And that's not something God wants to answer. Especially if you know the Bible enough, and God has taken murderers in the Bible and they have become his favorites. So you don't know your karma for somebody else. It's just your relationship that didn't work out well. When meanwhile, you could have just walked away from the relationship. And that's sometimes the biggest problem. Should I walk away? Because that's your ego if you don't. Sometimes you just give up the ghost. It's just not for my soul. It just doesn't feel right. I wish you well. Because the more we operate differently in our soul, the more we can change, all of us, the energetic field that has brought COVID to us. The more we can stop white on white crime. I just want to go to Walmart. I just want to go to the movies. I just want to send kids to school. But if we don't recognize that collectively, it's really important to release all of that gut-wrenching ugly that you think everybody else is coming for you. That energy sits out there and it has to go somewhere. The most unhealthy mental person with a gun receives it. So be careful when you want somebody to get their karma. Most people say the energy will come back to you. Well, that could be true too. But what if it just lands in the wrong hands? And the person that you want to get the karma never gets it. But somebody who's mentally ill receives all of your energies and shoots up a whole school of kindergarten kids. Do you really want to find out when you die that your palpable energetic field caused that? Because you're going to find that out. Trust and believe. You got to be read the book. It will hurt your feelings. And then what? You got to come back as a mangy dog? Nope. Nope. Let me help you today. By the way, I'm taking this thing called Calm. It's a magnesium supplement. It's not bad. I don't know what it's supposed to do except put a lot of magnesium in me, which I might be depleted of. But I got the package. It was really cheap on Amazon, and I'm drinking it right now. I'll let you know how it works with me. Hi, Marie. All right, guys. I think I'm done with this experience with you guys. I hope you liked it. Let me know. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know how your week goes. Don't forget to practice closing your eyes, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, and closing your eyes. And keep recording to me what colors you see. I'd love to see how this is working on you. Don't forget the Jabez prayer, 1 Corinthians 4:10. Did you find it? Oh, Allison, look. Look whose picture I found in my Bible. How funny is that? Girl, the things that I've discovered in this Bible, man, it's beautiful. Like, y'all don't even know. I write all over my Bible. Look at this. I wrote all songs all over this Bible. 2 pages worth. Look. I kept everything miraculous in one place when I was trying to find God. And I read it back today. It was just heartwarming to find it. 1 Corinthians, and then look, Johnny's picture. Girl, our angel. Johnny and Rose. I don't know why I had Rose here, but there she was somewhere. I don't know if this used to be her number, but here goes Rose's number. I think it's her number. I don't know any other Roses, and here Rose showed up too. Girl, they both our angels, huh? Love me some Rose and miss her. In case. Oh, I miss her. It is what it is. 1 Chronicles. Now, if ignorance doesn't show up on my face, 1 Chronicles. 1 Chronicles 4, chapter 4, verse 10. It says it a little different here. Doesn't really matter. Here it says, and Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my coast, my territory, and that your hand might be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, that it may not grieve me. And God granted him that which he requested. That's a little tiny miracle prayer. There's a whole book on the Jabez prayer, a whole book on it. All right. Okay, got it. Yes. I know I said 1 Chronicles. I am not a theologian. I am anything but. All right, guys. Hello, Tracy. When will the next time you will be doing horoscopes? Never, Andrea. It doesn't serve its right purpose, the horoscopes. I know I did them well. I got you. And I understand you guys loved it. but it's not serving its purpose. It's not serving its purpose into my life, and I never really understood if it served purpose in your life. And so since you guys didn't show me that it served purpose in your life, I stopped doing them. They're a lot of work. And if you guys wanted to show me, I shouldn't be at 38,000 followers. I should be at 100,000 followers if you guys really love the horoscopes, because they're a lot of work. And so I don't have to do them no more. I checked with God, and God was like, girl, please. I was like, God. God's like, they're not mandatory. And I was like, oh yeah, they're not. And so I stopped them for right now, and it's been going on for a few months. And if I ever take them back on, it has to feel right. And I'm not sure they were serving the right purpose. All right? So I'm sorry. Girl, I gotta put on extra nice makeup. What? My age bracket? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Be putting on extra nice makeup in my age brackets. Always. I'll have a bonnet on, and I will have on extra nice makeup. Slippers. Do you know where I can go to websites? I don't know. I've been looking at, Lamar Townsend. He's my favorite. I would go to Lamar Townsend. Lamar Townsend Tarot. I would go to him. Only because I've been watching a lot of the YouTubers, and the most the other YouTubers tell you all is how to get back an ex. That was pathetic. And I hate that. I hate that they want to keep you down and remembering to bring back somebody that treated you badly. Lamar Townsend doesn't do that. He's very grounded and very authentic. So I would follow his horoscopes. Those are the ones that I follow. I get you, Andrea, but my ego can't be, swayed. You be like, Tracey, I love the horoscopes.
Toshika Bashi Green textbook, red textbook.
Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay, no problem.
What was I going to say? Oh, I can't be swayed. My ego can't be swayed. I don't live in my ego anymore. And so the horoscopes aren't really here to save you, right? A lot of what you're asking through these random horoscopes, you kind of already know. It's just really hard to make decisions. But I would follow Lamar Townsend for horoscopes. And if you really want help, just get a reading. All right? That serves your purpose intimately, whereas the horoscopes don't. And I think that's why I stopped them. And besides that, nobody was giving me 100,000 followers. People should know that with horoscopes, there are variables due to the potential sun, moon signs. You want to, Allison, thank you. You want a personalized reading, hit Tracey up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Cheryl. That's exactly my point. Thank you. What? Thank you. The stars are an influence, but not a whole story. Okay, but there's so many variables that when I do a reading via the horoscopes, you guys believe in it. I get it, but you guys believe in it secretly. And I don't need secret friends. Period. Hi, Rising Moon. I don't need secret friends. If you're going to be my friend, state your case. I like Tracey Brown. Like, state it, And that's what I discovered, that there was too many secrets amongst you guys. And nobody was fighting for me on YouTube when YouTube went after all the Black creators. Nobody was helping me, And I'm telling you, these horoscopes are a lot of work. A lot. And it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it at all. And so I just shut it down. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not saying no, no, no. But there's so many other things to do. Like talk about the archangels that many people here didn't know that they existed. Girl, we got to influence people in a whole nother way. And horoscopes ain't it. All right. All right, guys. I love you. I was going to end before my I was going to end before my client called, but I didn't do it in time. So here we go. I love you guys. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Tracey Brown, Tracey Brown, Tracey Brown Live.